I officially welcome you all to this session on vision boarding. So all of us would have done some kind of a vision board or just have an idea or can be really new to this entire concept. So whichever stage you are, I believe this will be helpful because this is a very, very general presentation, but very intense because I have combined affirmations, embodiment techniques, and also a deeper understanding of why you want to do it. Otherwise, there's no point in just having some pretty pictures on vision board. I've done it when I was in college. Nice, slim, good-looking models, and you always look at them, and then you're like, you know what, this is not going to work. I think for me, it had a negative influence because I didn't really analyze what I wanted or why I wanted it in the first place. So right now, because I am a business coach myself, so a lot of input I do in when I do something, it's very, very intentional. So this whole vision boarding concept is going to be more of your intentions and how you want to do it. So you can customize it however you want. You can pick and choose the things that you like. You can just ignore if something is not really sitting with you because it's not a one size fits all strategy, but it's going to be an intense presentation. All right, a little bit, not too much into who I am, but my name is Dr. Priya Jaganathan. I've completed my PhD in bioinformatics. I was teaching as an university lecturer back in India, moved to Australia in 2016. For the past 5 years, my life has been amazing. The journey from academician to a business coach has been a real interesting one. And this is how I would, describe myself. I used to be a full-time employee till October 2021. I recently quit my full-time job with the University of Queensland. I'm very new to Brisbane though, but I couldn't survive there for 3 months. I joined University of Queensland in June. Before that, I was working with University of Adelaide for almost 2.5 years. So two children. I've got 2 YouTube channels, 2 podcasts, everything else I do. Meetup is another platform that I've started recently to meet like-minded people because the online business journey is very, very boring. It's very lonely. So it's just my motive to meet new people, teach what I know, and engage and network. So that's the whole point of a little bit of introduction of why I'm doing what I'm doing. I also have a separate group for women. We just don't talk about business and all the motivational stuff. It can also be something chatty. It can also be something about relationships, confidence, and all of that. So 2 meetup groups have started. So this is basically about law of attraction. So vision boarding, when we talk about vision boarding, you really have to understand law of attraction, which is nothing but what you attract is what you really want. Whatever you think, it is the power of your words. It's the power of your thoughts. Anything that you have today is because of what? Blank. How are results created? Can you type it in the chat? What is your answer? Dash creates results. Blank creates results. What do you think creates results? Anything, whatever is your thoughts. Emotions. Definitely, emotions are a huge part. Focus, definitely. Discipline, oh yeah, for sure. Taking action steps, definitely. Action takers definitely win. Determination, for sure. Seeing improvement, yes, because we need evidence to keep going. So once we see improvement, we definitely keep going. Confidence, amazing. That's definitely important as well. So all of these, see, our brain makes us think about real big things, really positive, really huge things like, discipline and focus. You need to be, like the big things. What if I told you the simple thing that creates results are your thoughts? That's it. You wanted a job. So whatever job you are in right now, or if you're a student, you're studying that course, is because of your thought that you wanted that job. You felt that job would help you pay your bills. You felt that job would help you to, jump up in your career, climb your corporate ladder. or you thought that course would help you to land your dream job. So thoughts create your result, as simple as that. So whatever you think more, you attract that. If you think abundance, then it's abundant. So it might sound a little woohoo, but I promise it has a lot of science backed up to it, and very simple. I do a lot of stuff because I keep it really, really simple. I don't complicate it, and it's worked well for me. It's worked well for my clients. So it's really worth your attention and focus for the next hour. Okay, so there's no woohoo. I'm going to talk about, crystals and sage and moon energy and all of that, but still I do believe in them. I still do that. But the vision boarding has a lot of your energy and alignment to it. So basically, my understanding of law of attraction is mere thoughts. If you want it, you think about it, it's there on the vision board, or it's there in your daily journal, you get it. That's it. It's as simple as that. Okay, so that's one line that I want you to take home today. Your thoughts create your result. If you think, I'm not going to get this job, while you draft that cover letter, I doubt you would get that job. So even if while you are preparing a resume, if you feel, oh my God, I'm not even eligible for this job, then it could be a real problem. So thoughts create a result. Yes, Think and Grow Rich is the first book I ever read back in 2018. It's a beautiful book. So I follow this particular thought model by Brooke Castillo. She's an American life coach, and she has a model which is a high level. I think she charges around 25,000 USD to teach that model. So that's a very powerful model, which is a process itself, how you channel your thoughts into intentional thoughts. But definitely Think and Grow Rich is a very, very good starting point. If you've never read that book, highly recommend it. So moving on. So it's much easier to set a goal and do something throughout the year. Most of the New Year resolutions fail because we set these huge goals and it gets diluted, before February. That's the statistics that say more than 70% of New Year resolution fails like terribly by February, like in 2 months. So recently I started setting these intentional words. So one word I set, but right now, based on the research, it's 3 words is good because you want to span your goals across multiple platforms, like multiple things. Say, for example, relationship, health, and wealth. These 3 are the major areas that anything that you want will fit into. So relationship, health, and wealth. So out of these 3, something could be more, more that you need. So 3 words or just 1 word you can set up. So last year, 2021, my intentional word was empowerment. I wanted to empower people all over the world through my coaching, through various platforms, through YouTube, through podcasts, through Instagram, through LinkedIn. So I'm there on every platform except TikTok because I don't dance, basically. So my intention just was to empower. So I've set the stage now. I quit my job. Now I'm ready for the next step. So the word for 2022 is thrive. So thrive in all aspects of life. So that is my word for 2022. Other than that, I'm more of freedom. Okay, so I am aiming for time freedom. I slog a lot of days. Every day is Monday for me. So I want to get time freedom so I can go back to visit my parents, which I've not done due to the pandemic for 2.5 years. I want to go stay with them for 3 months at least and still make a lot of money. So freedom is my second word. Number 3 is self-care. So I've been through a very rough year in 2021 in terms of relationship, in terms of so many other factors. Both my parents tested positive for COVID. So there's a lot of things that I've lost my health and I've lost so many things. So I'm literally like trying to piece myself together. So self-care is my third word. So see how the 2021's experiences, lessons, challenges leads you to set your intentions for 2022. So are you able to just come up, even it can be random, 1 word that you want to set intention for 2022? And all your actions will focus and come back to that 1 word. It can be anything. It can be about your career. It can be about relationship. Like I said, health, wealth, relationship. That's easy to organize if you put them under any of these categories. Anything in the world will fall under these three categories. It's hard at this time of the day to come up with, big stuff, but it can be a very simple word. So every time you think of an action, you want to achieve something, that word will come to you. It'll remind you. Your actions will be channeled towards that one word, like thrive. When I think of thrive, it's always going to make me grow. The thrive is going to make me think big, dream big, do big. So what is one word that comes to your mind straight away? You can unmute and say it if you want, if typing is hard, whatever works for you. Achievement. Okay, desire. Wealth, health, business. Amazing, Fernando. Dharma. That's a very nice, calming word. You see how when you just say that word, the energy, what you feel is how you want to feel that entire year. So Chantal, alignment, that's a beautiful word. Everything you want to be aligned to your thoughts, aligned with your intention. I use the word alignment a lot in my coaching. If you're not aligned to your goals, if you're not aligned to your intentions, nothing will work. I can be on the laptop whole day posting on multiple platforms, but I'm not going to get a client. I'm not going to get any result if I'm not aligned, if I'm not energetically aligned. Alignment is a beautiful word. Mindfulness, it's an amazing concept, isn't it? We all are so mindless in this distracted social media world. So alignment is very, very, mindfulness is very, very important because it's a very noisy social media world out there. Very good. Thank you so much for sharing. They're very powerful words. So after this session, or maybe tomorrow in a fresh mind, you can set up 3 words, and anything that you do this year, go back to that word. So whether it's going to be alignment, okay, if you want to take up a new job, see whether it's aligned to your lifestyle that you want. Okay, being mindful of what we eat, whom we talk to, the friendships that we make, relationships we choose. Very, very powerful words. All right. Now, the words that we chose in the previous slide can be very subjective, like wealth and business and health. They are amazing words to target, but it's very subjective, meaning very broad. Mindful of what? Okay. Alignment, aligning what? So there has to be something that you can quantify, so you can check that achievement to bring evidence to your own self. We're not going to prove to the world. There's no need to prove to anyone. You have to really assess, do a self audit. How are you going to audit whether your goals and intentions are in the right track? Are you in the right track? Imagine 4 months in, by April 2022, you're going to sit and say, okay, these were my words, these were my goals for 2022. How am I going? So when you do a self-audit, there has to be some kind of a milestones that you want to achieve. So for those words, you can set up at least 3 intentions. Okay, so say for example, for me, thrive. So thrive in business is, I have an income goal of a number, say for example, $200,000 in 2022. So I want to achieve 200,000 in 2022. So what do? I break it up into quarters. So every quarter I should be making $50,000. So I break it further down. In every quarter, I have to be making 50,000. How much should I be making in 1 month? I should be making roughly $12,000. So if I have to make $12,000, how many clients do I need to sign in 1 month? So you break it down into bite-sized goals. So it's much easier. 200,000 seems like a huge number. It seems like an unachievable number. But if I'm going to break it down to signing 1 client a week, does that seem doable? It does. Yeah. So if I think of losing 20 kilos a month, 20 kilos in a year, or 12 kilos this year, I'm going to break it down to 1 kilo per month. I'm going to break it down to 250 grams per week. Your brain believes anything and everything you tell it. So make sure you feed it something that your brain will believe and motivate you to do it, because We are still operating with our primal human brain, the caveman's brain, which is always scared that someone is going to hunt and kill us down. So we have to be safe. Don't do anything uncomfortable. Stay inside your couch. Stay at home. It's okay to sit and binge on Netflix, have a normal 9 to 5 job, come back and stay. It's okay. Don't do anything uncomfortable. Do not do big things. Don't dream big. That's not going to happen. Your brain is always doing its normal job of keeping you really, really safe. And the primal human brain always operates from an energy of scarcity, because they didn't have 3 meals a day. So they used to have, the cavemen used to get food whenever they can hunt, save it, because they're operating from a scarcity mindset, and be really, really have that scarcity mindset, limited mindset. So we do not have that abundance mindset unless you drag yourself out of that normal caveman's brain. It is very hard work, trust me. But once you get past that stage, once you move out of that comfortable zone, then you get growth. So growth happens when you're out of that comfort zone. So I want you to set big targets, but break it down into smaller, bite-sized, doable targets like this. Okay, if you're aiming for a promotion, you want to be a director, you want to be a manager, you want to be a supervisor, what do you do every week that will get you closer to that promotion? So break it down into smaller stuff, that whatever you can do every week, so you can check it off. Okay, this week I've done it, so I'm closer to my goal by 1 week. Okay, so break it down. So I'll give you some time. If you don't want to share, you need not share, but if you want to share, you can share. What are the milestones that you want to set to achieve the 3 words that you said in the previous slide? So if you want, dharma, what kind of dharma you want to practice? If you want mindfulness, what are the mindfulness that you want to practice? Okay, business, health, wealth, discipline, hard work, whatever is your word. What are you doing? I'll give you a few minutes to think, right? Sounds great. Thank you. You want to share, you can share, or just comment done. So if everybody is done, we can move to the next slide. So the more you share, the more you put it out to the universe aligns it for you. Trust me. Okay, healthy habits, time management, positive perspective. So even this, so it's just for your personal benefit, Yun. My suggestion would be to write, if it's healthy habit, what is that you want to do? Like go to gym 3 times a week. Okay, eat healthy 5 times a week. So write it that can be quantified, that you can measure, you can really check it off. So even this is very general, very broad. So if it's time management, what do you want to manage time with? You don't have time to go to the gym. So write that. So I should be able to go to the gym 5 times a day, 5 times a week. Okay, positive perspective, meaning make clear decisions about career, about relationship. So whatever it is, write something that's tangible, that's measurable, so you can go check it off. Okay, you can do that later if you want, but I'm just giving you my perspective on what will really get you the result, because the universe would love for you to be clear in what you want. Okay, I want a car, I want a house. We all have that dream, but you should be really clear which suburb you want a house. Do you want a house? Do you want a unit? Do you want to buy a new house? Do you want to buy an established house? Do you want to buy a 2-story house? How many car parks you need? What is the kind of kitchen you want? Okay, you want swimming pool. What is that you want? You have to be very clear with a lot of attention to detail to really get what you want. Okay, it's funny, my 2019 vision board was on the back of my journal, like a notebook. I just stuck few pictures, and I had a very beautiful house, a white color with red brick house with a swimming pool. And I found a very similar property, and I paid advance. I signed the previous contract, but I had to pull out because, you know, people said it's very hard to maintain swimming pool. I didn't want to do it with my boys. So I changed and I bought another house, but then my vision board literally came true. But I didn't take it for practical reasons. So how much details, how much attention to detail you include in your vision board, in your dreams and milestones, that means you're very clear in what you want. So attention to detail is nothing but the clarity that you have in getting what you want, what brand car that you want, what model you want, what color interiors, everything you have to know for the universe to know this is the exact thing what you want, and you will get it. The universe will bring you whatever you want. Okay, I believe my dharma is to impart a paradigm shift in society reality. I blog once a month. I think I need to put out 2 articles per month. Okay, so your perspective, your belief is if you increase your blog frequency to 2 articles per month, then you can reach more people, and whatever outcome you wish, you can achieve. So this is very quantitative, so you can measure whether you have published 2 articles per week. So that's done. Okay, so this is how you quantify. Australian PR granted by January. Okay, that is quantifiable. Travel to Brazil with my partner to visit my family by May. Okay, I wish you good luck. I really want to travel too. Investment property by July. Grow my business at 100% by December. Okay, so that 100%, I'm sure you would know what is the target that you're setting. So investment property, I want you to, when you do the intention setting, I want you to be really clear in exactly what you want. Where do you want to invest? What do you want to buy? Like whatever details I said. Very good. I wish you, all of you, sending you a lot of positive vibes. I don't believe in luck. Life has never spelt that word for me. So I send you all positive vibes. Okay, this is my general vision board that I did for the sake of the presentation. My vision board will be even more messy, just an A3 paper. I do it, but this is flashy just to show you all. So I want to make my first million in 2022 or 2023. So I've invested in an edtech startup. So that's where this thing is coming from. So I've got a real good, measurable, tangible milestones for my tech startup and my coaching business. I want to focus more on my podcast. I've not done it. So I've got a specific number that I want to have so many downloads per month. I want to take my dad to Singapore. That has been his dream. He's visited London. He's been to Australia, but he's never been to Singapore. That's like his dream. So I want to do that. And more time with my family. Like I said, I don't spend a lot of my time with my kids. So I want to have that balance, time, freedom. I want to give a TED talk, and I want to lose weight. And I want my YouTube, both my YouTube channels, to have YouTube silver button, which means 100,000 subscribers. So everything is tangible, measurable goals with a specific why I want to do it. And when I have to achieve each of these targets, I've broken them down into smaller targets. So this is just my thing to tell you all, inspire you all. This is possible. So a lot of you would have heard about the term affirmation. Affirmations, how many of you know the term affirmations? Have you listened to affirmations? Have you practiced affirmations? Like you find a lot of YouTube videos and podcasts that says, affirmations for a beautiful life, affirmations for that, affirmations for this. So I'm just going to, while you'll type your response, I'm going to read Chantal's response. Finish 2 more housing projects successfully. Very good. Quantifiable 2 products. Solidify good trade teams. Okay, that's a hard one. Continue to improve health and increase energy 6 times yoga. That's very good. Juicing. Yep. Quantifiable. Continue existing regime. Okay, improve fitness and muscle tone substantially before December. Begin group workshops. Okay, so if you have a specific number of people that you want to attend your workshop, or you want to be part of a workshop, so make sure you write that number, so that's even more tangible and you can measure. So affirmations are good. A lot of people believe in that. There's nothing bad about affirmations, but for me, I personally felt affirmations are very, very superficial. Imagine you have your AirPods or headphones or just on the speaker. I used to do this. I used to listen to the affirmations in my sleep. Like it used to play all night, the 8-hour thing on loop. I don't know how long it'll play. So it'll just say like, I'm beautiful, I'm good, I'm smart, I'm enough, I'm that, I'm this. But what happens if I'm going to say that to you? Like straight away, I'm going to say, Yun, you're beautiful. Yun, you're smart. Yun, you're enough. Your brain will immediately throw a resistance at you. It'll be like, no, I'm not beautiful. No, I'm not smart. I'm that, I'm this. So you always have some kind of an inner voice or inner resistant energy that comes up that would really slow down or completely stop and resist the thing that you're affirming. Okay, there are a lot of affirmations for career, for health, for wealth, relationship, everything. So when you listen to that, the basic thing I talk about alignment is because you should believe in what you say. You should believe in what you should be believing, first of all. So affirmations for me was very superficial. I'm like, every time I hear something, I get that resistance and I feel, no, that's not going to work. Oh, no, that's not true. Oh, no, that's nonsense. I don't believe in that. So there's a lot of some kind of an internal resistance for affirmations. So I personally practice this technique called embodiment. So embodiment is where you believe and behave like the final personality that you want to reach. For example, I want my tech startup to reach a minimum of 15 million. So that's we are 3 partners. So I'm aiming to get $5 million for my share. Okay. So the way I do my business transactions, the way I deal with my clients, though they pay a few $1,000s, I don't behave like a person who's charging a few $1,000s. I behave like a business owner who's doing transaction in millions. Okay, meaning, for example, if somebody is unhappy, somebody needs a refund, I would give it straight away, not being down and fighting, not giving you a refund according to the terms and conditions. I'm not going to do that. Because if I'm going to be having $1 million portfolio in my business profile, I would not be fighting over a few $1,000s. That's going to leave a negative mark on my business. I will not do that. You know what I mean? So you will behave like the person that you want to be, the final destination that you want to reach. You will behave like one right now. It's all about the attitude, the energy, and perception. Okay, so the difference between affirmation and embodiment is embodiment, you first believe in that concept. You're not faking it until you make it. That's not the concept I'm telling you. I'm telling you the concept where I want to be a person who owns $1 million portfolio. So the way I handle my remote team, the way I do my business networking, the way I carry myself into business meetings will always be from that energy that I am having a business portfolio of $1 million business, and I'm not going to behave or act like, what is the word? Cheap is not a word, but if you would get that right, cheap, like somebody who's just starting out, who's scared. Every call I get on, I'm not going to be desperate that I have to close this client. No, that should not be the energy with which I operate. Okay, so embodiment is that. We'll go into examples and then you will understand it better. Are you all with me? Any questions, confusions? It's a little bit advanced because we're just doing everything in one talk. I mean, it's all so different. Are we good? Okay, no questions? Cool. So these are the key criteria or factors that would help you to practice embodiment. Your attitude, the way with which you carry yourself, your attitude towards yourself, your attitudes towards your family, your attitude towards your employees, your attitudes towards your team, your colleagues, everything will operate from that attitude. If you want to be the manager of your team or your branch, you imagine you are an admin staff. You will not behave or dress up like an admin staff because you want to reach that level. You will start dressing up professionally how a manager would dress up. You will not just go in normal clothing or something that a normal admin staff would just wear, but you will start behaving like, you know, how a manager will do. If you go into meetings or if you want to talk to somebody, the kind of personality that you radiate to your colleagues, your team, your office would be like a manager, somebody above you, the level that you want to reach. Okay, so that is what I mean as attitude. It doesn't mean go splashing your credit card, buying fancy, expensive handbags and shoes and, you know, faking it like, you know, I'm rich, I'm that's not what I mean. People perceive things differently. So I'm just here to clarify, that's not what I'm saying. You would really step up, level up your personality, your behavior, your attitude, the way you carry yourself, everything on where you want to be, not where you are at the moment. Okay, so that is the attitude part of embodiment. It's very huge part. Attitude is everything. Okay, so attitude, energy, everything, alignment, everything somehow loops back into attitude. And self-talk. How many of us stare at the mirror and say, oh my God, look at myself, look at this flab, look at this clothes. So the self-talk, we are very kind to our children, we are very kind to our parents, we're very kind to our friends, our partners, boyfriend, girlfriend, anyone. But the kind of inner voice, the self-talk that we have with ourselves is not very nice all the time. So practicing mindfulness in the choice of words has been a game changer for me. So 30 days, intentionally, I watched every word that came out of my mouth, which was the hardest experiment I had ever done in my life. Because I talk really fast and I talk with a lot of emotions. And this is how I coach my clients. This is how I go on social media. So the way I talk, I had to watch every word that came out of me, whether that was helping me, whether that was useful for me, or whether that was really giving me some kind of a negative loop. So being kind to yourself, be going easy on yourself. I never signed a client from June to almost September, okay, because I moved to Brisbane and I was in a lot of relationship thing, and I was away from my children. I was going through a lot at that stage, and 3 months I didn't sign a single client. But that did not stop me from leaving or quitting my 6-figure income in October for the simple reason I did not go hard on myself. I did not say, oh, you know what, we're going to do it, or will I ever make it? I did not spiral into the vortex of self-doubt. That's because I was very mindful of the words that I used on myself. Okay, it's very hard. Trust me, it took me like 3 years to do this. So all the things that I'm teaching you is my experience in some shape or form in different, my things at work, my things with my side hustles, my things with business, my things with everything. So it's just little, dot points, but it's got a lot of experience that goes into that one word that I've written here. So mindset is a huge game changer. Like I told you, thoughts create results. You want it, you get it. Okay, don't worry about the how and when. That's it. If there's one information that you want to take home today, is you get whatever you want. Do not stress about the how and when, because whatever you think, you always get stuck with the how and when. Okay, if you think, okay, I want to start a business, but how will I do that? And that one question will make you stop. Or when will I make money? That one question will make you stop. So having a clear mindset or being really intentional with your thoughts will really get you the result you want. Just focus on the result. Don't get sucked into how and when. That's it. Very clear. You will get whatever you want. Trust me, whatever you want. But don't just stop yourself from how and when, and don't aim for perfection. Just keep going. One step closer to your goal every day. That's it. And there's a lot of deep conditioning and family beliefs, especially coming from an Indian background. You can imagine the amount of superstitious beliefs that I would have grown up with. The money stuff, like all parents would say us, like be humble, be grounded, don't ask for more. Asking for more money is evil. Money is the root cause of all evil. I'm sure all of us can relate to it. Like money does not fall from trees. Family is everything. Of course, family is everything, but money positions you in a better place. That's it. This is the only statement that I tell people. Money always positions you in a better place. Money is not the solution for everything, but it definitely positions you in a better place to face any challenge and every challenge that's thrown at you. So it's very hard to come out of these deep conditioning and family beliefs when you're doing your vision board. So when you want to aim something big, share it with people who will support your journey, or the best thing, don't share, just prove. Okay, initially, whatever you do, people will be like, it's not going to work, don't do it, don't do it. Just ask yourself this question: has that person done it and failed? Has that person already been through the journey and sharing their wisdom, or they're just stopping you from doing because their primal human brain is stopping them from doing it? Okay, so deep conditioning, family beliefs, your friend circle, your relatives, everything has a huge thing. This is the main thing that would stop you from doing anything that you want. Even embodiment techniques, that whatever you want to be, you think about your personality, about yourself, that this is where I want to be. But all these belief system, because our belief system is not something we could be like in our 20s or 30s, but our belief system is formed from what the friend at school told us when we were 8 years old, or some auntie Rosie, what she told us when we were 10 years old, that you can never do this, or don't do this, you will fall, you break your leg. So you never start trying, you fail even before trying, because someone put it very strongly in your head that you should not do it. So childhood trauma need not be really big one. Somebody wants to come in now. What's the time? 8:42. So childhood trauma can be a very, I'm not talking about the big traumatic stuff. I'm just things like very small things that happened in your family that's there stuck in your head, which is affecting you till today. Okay. My dad didn't buy me a cycle when I was at a particular age, but he bought my brother a cycle. That was very traumatic for me. I knew it only now when I was in my self-development journey. So things like that, family and childhood, can really, really have a huge impact on our belief system. Okay. Self-doubt is huge. Self-doubt is such a huge part when you are failing, or you fail even before trying. And fear of failure, of course. All of us, I wrote it last because anybody will tell me I'm just doubting myself and I'm just scared that I'll fail. I'm just scared that this is not going to work. So that is a very common thing. That's why I've listed that as the last piece of information when you're trying to practice embodiment. But all other things would be really, really critical when you're trying to practice embodiment. So what are your thoughts? Tell me one thing that you feel is stopping you from achieving whatever you want out of this. What is your biggest, limiting factor for your success? Hi, Sammy, welcome. You're really late. I don't know if we'll be covering a lot after this, but anyways, I welcome you. So type in the chat, which one out of these is really, really stopping you from succeeding today? Like today, now. Self-doubt. I told you, that's the most common one. Self-doubt and fear of failure. Thank you for being honest. And trust me, there's a lot of power being vulnerable. A lot of power. fear and self-doubt, as always, Fernando, but you can do it. Now you know, you've discovered this is the issue. Attitude, but only because my fundamental life philosophy has changed. Yeah, situations change us. Like a lot of things contribute to us. We are just not, you know, an individual by ourselves. There are a lot of life situations, people, you know, circumstances, incidents that really, really, you know, changes us. And whatever we are today is because of all these things that has happened. So attitude is very crucial, Lee. Self-doubt, Femi, very good. Okay. So this, I just want to summarize with some steps. Okay. So we've learned about, you know, what is vision board. We've set some intentions, intentional words for this year. We also tried to set up some milestones on how to achieve those words. And we also saw about what are the factors that could limit you or stop you from achieving what you want, and the difference between affirmation and embodiment techniques. So after learning all of that, the learning is the easiest part, right? We pay thousands of dollars, enroll in courses we never complete. We do, we think about a lot of things. Every one of you would have $1 million business idea. Every one of you would have the idea to get your the dream job with that promotion, with that paycheck and dream lifestyle and all of that. But why don't you have that today? Is because it is still in your head pending action. Whatever is your dream, buying a car, buying a house, your job, marriage, relationship, kids, whatever is your dream that has not been really implemented in real life, you've not seen that as envisioned, is because that dream is still in your head pending execution. Action taking is missing. So I am going to leave you with the last slide, the steps, simple 4 steps that'll make law of attraction work for you without the woohoo stuff and the BS. So being really, really crystal clear in what you want. Like I said, the details of the car, the details of the house, the details of the job, what kind of office you'll be working, how will your cubicle look like, what kind of laptop you'll have, what kind of coffee machine you'll have, every detail of what you want out of that lifestyle. You can just say, I want to be rich. What does that rich mean to you? Do you want to own like a full cupboard of Louis Vuitton handbag? That is something that you can check it off. Okay. So what is that you want? Very, very crystal clear with quantifiable number, something that you can measure. That is very, very important. And you have to be really clear on what those can get you. Okay. So if a handbag, I'm walking into a business networking meeting with a Louis Vuitton handbag would give me maybe a reputation. I never do that. I'm just telling you in general. Okay. So maybe it'll give me a perception if I'm going to go drive, you know, a nice car, a fancy car, whatever you can think of. What can that get you? Can it get you to shake hands and sign $1 million deals? Can that get you the promotion that you want? Can that get you the person that you want to marry? So what is the final outcome of that dream? So I want to build a dream home. Why do I want to do it? I want to do it for my children. Okay, I want to make their childhood more memorable. I want to do that for my children. I want to build an empire. So what can that dream of yours get you? So this is your why. If you don't understand why you want to do it, you'll never do it. Like I said, my earlier vision board when I was a student didn't work because there was no why. It was just pretty pictures taken from fancy magazines. But then I didn't understand what it can get me. I didn't understand why I wanted it in the first place. Now, the next thing is how you can do it. Like I said, whatever annual goals that you have to break it down into smaller monthly goals, weekly goals. So now my idea is sign 1 client per week. That's it. That is my strategy. I'm not spinning. I'm not getting sucked into the vortex of how am I going to do this? 200,000 is a big deal. How am I going to do it? How am I going to do it? I'm not thinking about hi-fi sales page. I'm not thinking about copywriting. I'm not thinking about sales funnels. I'm not thinking about Google Ads. Okay. I am keeping it simple. Sign one client per week. You will reach your result. That's it. So the simpler you get, the more you will achieve. Okay. I had, I don't know, like 10 online businesses in 2018 to 2019. I had to literally shut down 6 because I was all over the place and I didn't know what I was doing. Okay. I was managing a team of 5 remote staff and I used to literally be like this, like every day, I don't know what I was doing. So I had to cut it short. I had to make it very simple. Now I only have 2 offers. 2 offers, 1 sector. That's it. I'm focusing. So all these channels is going to focus only on that 2 offer, which makes it really powerful, really crystal clear. Okay. So don't complicate stuff. That's the end result. And embody the end results. So we studied about embodiment. We just discussed about embodiment. So always behave and believe like your end result that you want to achieve. What is that final achievement? Embody that result in your behavior, in your thoughts, in your action, attitude, every day. And the last thing, very important, just do the damn work every day. It need not be perfect. It need not be anything crystal clear. Just do it one step closer. It can be messy, it can be wrong. Your post can be, with typos, with grammar mistakes. Who cares? As long as you can convey that message, as long as you can prove yourself that you're consistent, that's all that matters. You don't have to do 100 burpees in the gym to prove yourself. I mean, if you've done 2, if you've done 5, that's it. At least that is better than nothing. That's it. Keep it simple. Go easy on yourself. If you can't do it today, it's okay. Don't go into that guilt and shame, especially women always operate from guilt and shame. And that's what restricts them. So do not go into that cycle of guilt and shame, and you will be super, super successful. And I think that's it I have for. Yeah. I really, really thank you everyone for your time. Any questions, I'm happy to answer in the chat. You can type your questions. We've got 8 minutes. Or if you, Instagram is my primary platform. That's where you'll find me and most of my content, but I repurpose it on multiple platforms. You can email me if you have any questions. Thank you, Chantal. I believe it was helpful. Because it need, like I said, it need not be pretty pictures and fancy vision board. Just a notebook and a paper should do. That's it. Don't invest on, I don't even invest on planners anymore. The most powerful tool that you have today is a notebook and a pen. Keep it simple. Just do a brain dump every morning and every night. Start your day and finish your day with journaling. Okay, I call it a brain dump. Because when I start planning my day, I cannot really plan with, a lot of clutter in my head. So I first do a brain dump, remove all the garbage from my head onto the paper, and then start planning first. And then by the end of the day, I reflect. Did I have the wrong timing on the meetup? No, right? Somebody's trying to enter now. So I'll admit it will be rude not to. So at the end of the day, I try to reflect on what worked, what went well. Hi, Alex, welcome. I'm afraid you missed the entire presentation. Not sure if you can hear me. Yeah, so those 2 activities are the only powerful stuff. So we don't need all these fancy, pretty picture stuff. So a simple journal, simple notebook and pen, a brain dump in the morning, reflection, or some people call it gratitude. So whatever works, works. So there's no one size fits all strategy. Out of this, whichever works for you, take that and have it, because we all love visual stuff. The more you say it, the more you can do it. So yeah, any questions at this stage?